Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about rounded shoulders, why they're bad, what causes them, and a couple things that you can do to actually fix them. I'm going to touch on the three big reasons why rounded shoulders are a bad thing. The first one being that they just look bad. Nobody looks good standing with their shoulders forward, head down, bent back, and the butt out like this. Okay, that's why our mothers always told us to keep our heads up. And I don't know about you, but my mom told me to keep my chest out like this, shoulders rolled back. There's a reason for all of this. Secondly, is that it predisposes you to a lot of different shoulder injuries. Trust me guys, I know about this. One thing that it can really predispose you to is shoulder impingement syndrome, where the tendons inside your shoulder actually get pinched off, and that causes a lot of pain and can actually lead to tendonitis later on. It can also predispose you to tearing your rotator cuff. And thirdly is that it actually makes you less confident in yourself, and it makes you more anxious and stressed out by actually adjusting and influencing your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and testosterone, which is your male sex hormone. It's pretty interesting how posture can affect those things. I'm going to include a link in the description below. That's a link to a Harvard Business School study that actually shows how bad posture can affect your hormone levels. It's pretty interesting stuff. With that being said, I want to tell you guys about how this happens. A lot of people know that they have rounded shoulders, but they just really can't do anything about it. They can consciously pull their shoulders back and try to walk around like this all day, but as soon as they get, doing something different, they start work, they start typing, they start reading a book, they forget about that and their shoulders go right back to the same position that they're in before. What causes that is muscular tightness. There's two muscle groups that really cause this the most. One is the pecs. So the pec major, which is this big hunk of tissue right here, and the pec minor, which runs right underneath it right here, okay? When these get really tight relative to the upper back muscles, which we're going to talk about later, they pull the shoulders forward like this. You can see it. They get all tight and restricted. Look, right there, I'm pulling my shoulders in. And that's exactly what the pecs do when they're overactive, or what is called phasic. So basically, tight chest muscles will pull the shoulders forward. Another muscle that's a big player are your lats, right on the side of your body. Believe it or not, when these muscles are tight, they'll also pull the shoulders forward. So obviously, when these two are tight in tandem together, which a lot of guys will actually develop working out in the gym because they're doing a lot of presses and a lot of pulling movements, it pulls the shoulder forward, and that's how you see guys that have big chests, they work out all the time, they bench press 315, but they're walking around like this all day, okay? That's because they have weak upper back muscles, tight lats, and tight pecs. I'm going to show you guys a few exercises that you guys can do on your own to actually combat this and be able to rest with your shoulders back behind you, roll away from your ears, chest out, without having to consciously think about it all the time. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is foam rolling. Basically, you can find these pretty much at any big box gym now. If your gym doesn't have one, I would suggest buying these. You can get them on Amazon for like $25. But what we're going to do with this is use it to release and relax the lats and the chest muscles. So basically, to get the lats, you just put it down. You're going to basically stretch out the arm on the side that you want to release. Right now I'm going to start with my left side. You're going to lift your body up, keep as much weight on your lats as possible, and you're simply going to roll up and down from armpit all the way down your ribs to your hip, okay? And back up. You're going to keep doing this until you feel some release in the lats, okay? While you're doing this, you should be searching for trigger points or knotted up bunches of the muscle that hurt a lot, okay? If you find one of those, like right here, I have one, what you do is you just stay on it for about 30 seconds, okay? That's how long it takes the body to release one of those knots in your muscle that you get from everyday activities and working out. So basically, just roll that out, make sure that's released, okay? And you want to get both sides with that. So another thing you can do is actually roll out the pecs just like you do the lats. This is not a very common muscle group to roll out. It looks kind of weird, but you can release the pecs just like any other muscle using a foam roller. So I have to be careful because of my microphone, which is on my shirt here. But to release the pecs, basically you just put your foam roller out in front of you. You get your chest down on here, and I like to roll out one pec at a time, just like this. Just roll back and forth using the same technique that I discussed earlier with the lats. So if you find a knot in there, then you want to focus on that and kind of stay right on it with the foam roller until it releases itself. You want to do both pecs. Okay. All right, guys. So I just showed you a foam rolling technique for the pecs and for the lats. Now I'm going to show you some static stretching techniques that you can use to augment that and even further the release of the pecs and the lats. The first one is called a doorway stretch. You don't need to do this in a doorway, but you most certainly can, hence the title. But what I like to do it on is something that's hanging, such as this TRX strap. You can really do this with anything that's above you. You can even use like a vertical column or vertical pillar on a machine. What you're going to do is you're going to stick your arm out, up about 10 degrees out from 180 degrees above you. You are going to basically stick your chest out and lean forward, okay? Turn away from the stretch. You should feel this in here, in your chest, okay? If you can't feel it in your chest and you're feeling it mostly in your shoulder, I would encourage you to adjust your height on here. Everybody's different, okay? I feel this in my pecs. That doesn't mean that you will. So if you can't adjust the angle, try a little bit lower, try a little bit higher, try a little bit more out to the side. Whatever works for you, but as long as you can feel it in there, then that's good. You want to hold that at a max tension. You should really feel that you're stretching it. You want to hold that for about 30 seconds, and then that will actually release itself. All right, guys. This stretch is really good for opening up the lats. All you need is a vertical column next to you, and basically what you're going to do is you're going to face it. You're going to pick a direction to start with. Right now I'm going to start with my right side. So you put your palms on there, facing the right side, and basically you kind of like push into it this way as you lean in that direction, okay? Just like this. Right now I'm opening up all of my lat muscle fibers right here. Big push. And then you're going to switch it up, do the other side, palms facing to the left, big push to the left, okay? All right, now I've gone over how to address the tight muscle groups that are pulling your shoulders forward. Now I'm going to show you two exercises that you can do to actually strengthen up the muscles that pull your shoulders backwards, so that through the combination of releasing the tight muscles pulling your shoulders forward and strengthening the muscles that pull your shoulders backwards, you're not going to have to think about consciously pulling your shoulder blades back anymore because they're just naturally going to be resting back on your spine. The first exercise is called external rotation. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to get a resistance band and you're going to basically attach it to a column next to you. You might not have a carabiner set up like this, but you can just wrap it around a bar that's next to you or a column to a machine, and that'll do just fine. I like to hold it with one hand just to anchor it in there. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to lock your elbow in like this. You're going to externally rotate the arm just like this, okay? So you're keeping the elbow locked in, you're just keeping your shoulder rolled back, exhaling, and externally rotating the head of your arm bone outwards, okay? Exhale as you do that. What this does is it strengthens up the muscles back here, which help open up your chest. The more tight that we can get these muscles, the further back your shoulders are going to be rotated, and the more your chest is going to be out. So this exercise hails from the world of physical therapy, and what it's called is a T-raise. Basically what this is going to strengthen are the mid and lower traps. Okay, those are muscles right between your shoulder blades that help retract your shoulders, keep them back, and help keep your chest out. So what I recommend is starting with a really light weight with this, anywhere from your arm weight to 5 pounds. Even bodybuilder guys can't do this with more than 8 pounds because these are very tiny muscles that we're working in the back. So I'm going to start with 8 or 5, but I would recommend you start this with your arm weight and move up incrementally from your arm weight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds, if you can find those small dumbbells. Basically, what you're going to do is start with them on your lap. You're going to get back. You're going to get your chest on a bench. Get your arms out at 90 degrees. Keep your chest poofed out. You're going to move from right here up and exhale as you come up. Okay, it's a tiny little exercise. Looks kind of goofy, like you're trying to flap your wings in reverse or something, but that does an excellent job of strengthening up the upper back muscles and keeping your shoulders set back. Well, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe down in the link below to get access to all of my videos. I'm going to be uploading new videos just like this one every week.